So here in the girls under 14 division of the MilkUP Ontario Cup, we apologize for the audio issues we are having there, but it is the final between Glen Shields Juventus FC and London Alliance Mustangs. Man, I feel terrible. I had such a good start to this match, and you guys all missed it, but we'll get you caught up here as, well, our very first message to share with you is that with Hub International Insurance Brokers presenting our broadcast, we have a partner today to support us as we prepare for tomorrow and who will help us protect what matters most when we get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift and Hub wants us to be ready for it. Find out more at hubinternational.com. Shaylee Olthoff, the keeper for London FC Mustangs, and for Glen Shields Juventus, it's Madeline Picarillo. London playing the ball forward. McConnell runs onto it. Martins tries to play it through, and this could be a chance as securing it is Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She takes the shot, and that's off a defender out for a corner. Ada Gonzalez for Haverbrook with the great chance for the London Alliance FC Mustangs. She got closed down at the very last second to negate what would have been a clear attempt on target, and it's out for a corner kick. London set up for the outswinger. 5th minute of action here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. Martin sneezed that one on and just missed on the outside of the post. Great chance there for Bella Martins from the corner kick, but the London captain unable to put it on goal.
For their hard work and support during this year's Ontario Cup finals.
Glen Shields trying to keep the ball in, and it takes a favorable spin with some English. They kept it inbounds, but now back through the center circle. London have possession as playing it up to Reed. She tries to deke around the defender, does well to keep that in play, and now sends McConnell on a run. But defensively, Bulmer gets there first and knocks that out for a throw-in. Well, new this year, the Dairy Farmers of Ontario, representing Ontario's 3,400 dairy producers and their families, has joined Ontario Soccer as a premier partner and the exclusive title partner of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. This collaboration with Ontario Soccer will bring positive outcomes to youth sports across the province. Keep your eyes on OntarioSoccer.net, where the deserving 2022 MilkUP Future Leaders will be announced soon. Glen Shields Juventus FC were looking for a long through ball to Gabriela Fidel, but never getting to her as coming off her line was Olthoff. And now here go London in transition. McConnell with one touch, but it's immediately knocked away and cleared out for a London throw-in.
Cut in on those! Cut in to shoot! Not going to run. Good player.
Martins laying it off, controlled by Reed. Into the middle is trying to turn with it, and making the pass was Gonzalez for Haverbrook. Glen Shields with a partial clearance, only getting it as far as Lauren Sullivan, who tries to chip that one back in. It's off a Juventus player and out for a London throw-in. 2 40-minute halves here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. We're early into the match, 8 minute of play. Scoreless as London pressing, but they can't come up with possession off the throw-in, and now Glen Shields cleared up to the half looking for the attacker in Pimenta, but the ball broken up. Stepping up there to take it for London was Reeves. She gets a second attempt to play it, and now they advance it forward to Martins. Martins checking her options, gets around the first defender, takes a shot from long way out, and that one rolls wide of the far post, out for a goal kick.
Let's go!
So Picarillo gets set to take the goal kick, and one of the Glen Shields players in Kiuski told to roll her sleeves down. Stepping up to take it was Reeves. As Martins trying to come up with possession. Now it falls to Martins. There's an attempt, kind of half cross, half shot. More of a through ball, but Smith put too much weight on it. And as a result, it's out for the goal kick. Picarillo.
Good. Now we just won.
Juventus come up with it through the midfield, sending it forward for Pimenta. She works off the defender and sends a through ball, but between both wing attackers, it's intercepted by London, and now they try to work their way across half. Martins makes the pass over to Smith. Touch forward for McConnell. Returns it. Mara Smith breaking in here for London, but it's defended nicely as coming over to make the play was Curtis. And that puts an end to the break for London Alliance FC Mustangs.
Wait! Wait!
Short option presenting in Martins, but I think she may want to take the corner herself. No, they do use her as the short. Martins crosses to the near post, flicked on, and it's in. It took a tip on its way to the goal. Picarillo unable to react to it. And I think they're going to give it to Martins. Bella Martins played the cross into the near post. London Alliance FC Mustangs take the 1-0 lead here in the 10th minute of play of the girls under 14 final at the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. As they're squaring off here against Juventus FC. Glen Shields Juventus FC. And now Glen Shields trying to respond after London Alliance Mustangs grab the opening goal. Bella Martins, their captain, likely to get credit. There's a shot from range, takes one skid in, but Olthoff makes the save on that attempt from distance, played in by Pekile. Glad Shields poke it forward. It's controlled now by Kuski. She tries to send the striker Pimenta on a run, but dealt with defensively by Hardy Henderson. And Glenn Shields trying to respond after giving up the opening tally, but what a through ball by Martins as she picks out Gonzalez for Haverbrook. Gonzalez for Haverbrook into the penalty area, but she stood up defensively by Camacho there for the challenge. They still battle for possession. London come back with it as Gonzalez for Haverbrook tries to cross that in, but out for a corner kick. And we can confirm that Martins did get credit for the goal. So the London captain opens up the scoring in the 10th minute of play for the, in this game, home team, London Alliance FC Mustangs, to put them up 1-0. Bella Martins with the goal. They now have another corner kick opportunity, setting up for the outswinger. Chipped in. Martins in the vicinity. She can't get a knock on it that time, though, and Glenn Shields able to get a partial clearance. Picked up by Donnelly. She crosses right back in. Staying on side is Reed. Reed plays the ball towards McConnell, but she can't get a clean shot away. And now Glen Shields Juventus take it ahead with Kiuski. Her pass intercepted. Stepping into it that time, though, was Pekile. Now it's controlled by Pimenta. She tries to advance Glen Shields forward, but her ball intended for Fidel out of her range and cleared away by the defender. As keeping it in along the line there was Curtis, but ultimately her ball out of play for a goal kick. We've got a Glen Shields Juventus FC player down on a knee and now a London player as well. So it looks like we're probably going to get a couple of changes here as the medic goes out to check the Glen Shields player. And the London player able to make her own way back to the bench.
Bella, when you have a corner kick, you come in. Hey, Brina. Brina, tell her now. Is it the corner?
I just got elbowed in the.
Coming into the match for Glenn Shields, they'll bring on Alura Makuakua, excuse me, as London tried to play the goal kick short, but with motion on the ball, they'll have to retake it. I didn't catch the London player who went on. We'll keep an eye for that. As this time they play it short, and Pimenta gets a partial block on it. Cleared only maybe about 25 yards out. We're picking it up for Juventus is Accardi. Accardi lays it back as Pekile unable to make a clean pass, but Glenn Shields holding possession. Now it's blocked, and Zoe Reed has a chance to work her way up the sideline. Hustling back on the defensive effort, though, is Camacho. She puts an end to that counterattack. And now Glenn Shields clear the ball forward. London promptly play it back in. Knocked loose where Sullivan gets a touch to it for London. Good work there by the forward in Pimenta, but her ball intended for Makuakua, unable to be secured, and London looking for a quick counter, but nothing doing that time. The Glen Shields player that was injured and taken out of the match was Gabriela Fidel. And now Glen Shields playing a good ball ahead intended for Makuakua, but she does well to pick it up again, brings it into the 18, makes the pass to Pimenta, tees up the left-footed shot, big save, big rebound, that's staying out. Are you kidding me? Third chance, third time's the charm. Glen Shields, Juventus FC tie it. 1-1, 16th minute of play. They had 3 whacks at it, and on the third one, it finds a way in. Olthoff with a phenomenal save to start the sequence. The rebound kicked out to the near side post, where I believe it was Curtis who may have got a touch to it. Actually, Curtis may have finished it off. We'll wait for the official announcement. I think it was Pekile that got the first rebound, which went off the post, then to the far side of the net. And that's where the Glen Shields player, and they're going to give it to Makuakua as she puts it in and ties this match at 1. What a big goal there for Glen Shields Juventus FC. And a reminder that Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the co-presenting partner of its Talented Pathway. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. Bella Martin's playing the ball ahead as Gonzalez for Haverbrook tries to run onto it, but that time it's broken up, and Makuakua, who's got the tying goal for Glen Shields, commits the foul. So a free kick to come here for London Alliance FC Mustang. They had the 1-0 lead. It was tied up moments ago by Glen Shields. Ball knocked around as Sullivan gets a foot to it. Mara Smith makes the pass over to Bella Martins. Touches it out wide. There's a shot from distance. It came off the foot of Sullivan, as relatively easy work on that one for Picarillo. Just one bounce before she was able to scoop it up. Good defensive work that time by Hardy Henderson, not being beat by the physical challenge of Pimenta. Michaela Rasso, she tries to play that ball forward and ultimately out of touch for Glen Shields throwing. 18th minute of play. 1-1 here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. London Alliance FC Mustangs winning a free kick here as Jordan Hardy Henderson prepares to take the kick, and she plays a good ball in towards the 18, takes a bounce. Gonzalez for Haverbrook, shot right on, big rebound. Martins, she gets the brace. Bella Martins, Kent Bella, she puts London back in front. The rebound ricocheted away from a first London player and found its way to the foot of Bella Martins. And just minutes after Glen Shields Juventus FC tied the match, London pushed back in front. 19th minute of play, Bella Martins makes it 2-1 for London FC on their continued pressure. They've been working hard, and there they get rewarded. And Martins gets the brace, her second of the match. So London Alliance FC Mustangs now in front 2-1. Quick response there. That goal probably came less than 5 minutes after Glen Shields Juventus FC tied the match. Ball ricochets, and it will be held in by the London player in Rasso. She dishes that off to Smith, tries to advance it over the half, but it's immediately blocked and now picked up by Watkins as she played it forward. But the ball knocked away by Hardy Henderson. It's actually Miana playing the ball initially for Glen Shields. As now it's picked up by Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She was the player who broke in for London on that chance. It was her strong shot that Picarillo parried away. But the rebound popping out to Martin. So
Are you okay?
good continued pressure there from two of the bigger players for London Alliance FC Mustangs as a Glen Shields Juventus player down after that collision with Gonzalez for Haverbrook. And good to see the Glen Shields player able to pop back up on her own feet and continue on with this match.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I believe it's a free kick. Substitutions are trying to be made here, but yeah, Glen Shields Juventus FC will have to wait for that opportunity as play will restart with a free kick inside the 18. They play it short out to the touchline and try work the perimeter, but that ball out of play and out for a London throw-in.
Marina comes off.
21st minute of action, 2 40-minute halves here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. Glen Shields Juventus FC play a good ball forward as Pimenta tries to run onto it, but Hardy Henderson gets back first, plays it to her keeper Olthoff as that ball takes a bounce and makes its way up to the half line. Sullivan there with the challenge. McConnell, she gets clipped, and it'll be a free kick for London Alliance FC Mustangs.
Wait, Jordy. Donnelly.
Jordan
Here.
Hardy Henderson prepares to take the free kick. 6 purple jerseys in around the penalty area, including Bella Martins, who they try pick out here, but that time defensively knocked away by Natalie Miana. And now Glen Shields looking for a quick counterattack. Pimenta tries to send a through ball. Excellent defensive recovery by Jordan Donnelly. After she got partially twisted up, she was able to knock the ball down and then cleared away from the oncoming attacker. But there's a through ball intended to pick out Kiuski. But too much, especially with the wet turf, and that'll go out for a London throw-in. Well, the referee, I think, is going to allow this change to happen. As coming into the match is Madison Watkins, and for the time being, pulled out is Abby Hughes. That ball out of touch. Another London throw here. As Rasso tosses in, and it's kicked back by Nether. Here another playing it to Hardy Henderson, whose ball was initially blocked out. Bella Martins tries to charge possession back, but it's picked up now by Pimenta as the Glen Shields striker with some fancy footwork frees herself away from the defender. The ball then tipped forward by Watkins, but they're unable to hold possession. And now it's played back in on the cross by Camacho. Takes a bounce and gets a little bit away from Makuaka. And both teams battling for it, with the Glen Shields Juventus FC backline playing that one out of touch, and it'll go for a London throw-in.
Mark, they keep pushing. Get back more, okay?
Approaching 25 minutes gone here in this match, and it's London FC Alliance Mustangs 2 and the Glen Shields Juventus FC squad 1. Tracking back defensively there for Juventus is Curtis. She knocks it out of play as Kublinskis was on her back. And now they toss in for Martins. Martins looking for a quick option here, but she has to shield away from the defender. Now sends the cross through, intended for Gonzalez for Haverbrook, but it never made it to her. Martins tries a left-footed attempt again. Third effort, and that one gets blocked out. And it'll be shielded by Donnelly out of touch. London will make a substitution here as Lauren Santos gets set to come into this match.
Good work, Serena.
And coming out for the time being is Kublinskis. As Karina Kublinskis takes a seat on the bench, and London will restart play here with the throw-in. As they pick out Gonzalez for Haverbrook, but she can't hold possession. And now Pimenta works off the defender, and she's got room to run, but she doesn't have a lot of support right now. So she pulls back, looking for some, makes the pass, defended initially well, but it rolls its way back to Pimenta, who gets tripped up, and oh, wow, a little surprised there was no call. The match official had the whistle out his mouth, thought he was going to play advantage. There's a shot on from distance, but a relatively easy save for Olthoff, as Shaylee Olthoff isn't going to get beat too often from that kind of range. Although today would be the day to try it with the ball being slick, and you never know the way it's going to bounce off the turf. Free kick coming up here for London Alliance FC Mustangs. Hardy Henderson plays a good ball forward. McConnell tries to win that. It's out of touch, and the Mustangs have another toss here with Kira Nuther on the ball. Nuther tosses in, controlled through the midfield. Smith lays it back for Hardy Henderson. She's got time and space in front of her, so she dribbles it up and now sends a through ball, but that's initially blocked. Second attempt by Sullivan. Pops right back to Sullivan. But Glen Shields close that down, and now they're in transition as Makuakua can't hold on to it. Her through ball was blocked. And now it's controlled as an offside called against Nuther, who came back to play the ball. And it'll be a free kick. It's actually targeted against Bella Martins. And it'll be a free kick for Glen Shields Juventus FC. We're hearing some vocal fans over there, and we appreciate the passion of fans, but we also want to preach patience and, of course, respect to all the participants involved, including our match officials. There's no place welcome at any Ontario soccer sanctioned match for abuse or bullying towards any member of the match, including our match officials. Good battle for possession. That one knocked out of play. It'll be possession for London Alliance FC Mustangs as we approach the 30th minute of action. We're playing two 40-minute halves here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. And right now it's London Alliance FC Mustangs sending a good through ball for McConnell to run onto. She takes this. They're up 2-1. Can McConnell make it 3? Yes, she does! What a goal! Shredding that back line. Avery McConnell sent in on a clear path. She puts it home with the right foot and gives London Alliance FC Mustangs the 3-1 lead in the 29th minute of action. Beautiful through ball played. And McConnell finishes it off with a strong right foot. She had some defensive pressure on her back by the end of it, but McConnell fights it off to get the goal. She'll be switched out now in place of Tegan Parr. But most importantly for London Alliance FC Mustangs, they take a lead, or they increase their lead, I should say, as they are now up 3-1. So let's see how Glen Shields Juventus FC respond now. They've never led in this match. London took the early lead on a goal by Bella Martins to make it 1-0 at the time. Glen Shields responded to equalize 1-1 as a strong tackle there. Welcome to the match, Riley Black. That's her first play, and well, she has to pay a bit of a physical toll to make her appearance. As Martins tracks the ball. London then went ahead 2-1. And with that last goal, they now lead it 3-1. Martins with the first two goals, securing the brace, and McConnell with the third. As London clear the pressure away, that time it was Riley Black. Actually, check that. That was Gonzalez for Haverbrook, as an offside called on the playing the ball back into the stream of play. The London player came from an offside position to play it back. We'll take this opportunity to remind you that the Canadian Premier League, on behalf of its Ontario-based member clubs, Forge FC, York United FC, and Atletico Ottawa, are now premier partners of Ontario Soccer and co-presenting partners of the Talented Pathway. For updates and more information, please go to canpl.ca. Glen Shields Juventus FC will let that roll out for their own throw in here. Final 10 minutes of the first half. And right now it's London Alliance FC Mustangs trying to repeat as back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup champions. They won it in the U13 girls division last year. They've obviously moved up to the U14 division this year, and they built themselves a 3-1 lead here in the first half of this girls under 14 MilkUP Ontario Cup final against Glen Shields Juventus FC. That ball shielded out by Razzo. It'll be a throw-in for London, taken quickly. Gonzalez for Haverbrook tries to flick on, but now it's Glen Shields in possession, as playing that one out wide was Fidel. But it'll be met by the defensive foot of Donnelly, and Donnelly did well to knock it off the Juve player out for a throw.
Lauren. Yes.
Zoe Reed will check back into the match here for London, as they take out Lauren Santos. And Reed takes her position on the attacking left wing.
Ada, don't get caught up, okay? Middle
It's
first.
a bit of an issue here with one of the Juventus players, who I think they've had to pull off the pitch. Alura Makuakua taken out. Not sure what the issue was, but Glen Shields forced to make the substitution, and Yuski comes in her place. So the action resumes, and Glen Shields try to rebound after falling behind 3-1 here. They'll pick up the ball in their own defensive third. Played back to Picarillo, the keeper. She plays it out. That one just went off the edge of her foot, never on track for Camacho. So that's out for a London throw-in. Zoe Reed.
Jordan, you okay?
Scrum along the line, and that's out for a Glen Shields throw as it went off of Steinbach. Flicked forward as both teams battling for it, and Glen Shields come away with it. Quality ball controlled by Fidel. She tries to switch it out wide, intended for Kiuski, but that was broken up. Glen Shields Juventus FC keeping possession for the time being as the ball played up the line, and Rasso has no option but to knock it out with Watkins there in a position ready to try receive. So Glen Shields will get the throw. Tossed in for Watkins. She volleys that towards the edge of the penalty area, but that not clear, and it'll once again track out for a Glen Shields thrower. Working it through the midfield, trying to switch it was Accardi. Controlled by Pimenta. She spins off the defender, but her pass partially blocked, and now tracking towards it is Tegan Parr for London. Parr got a touch to it, but couldn't keep it inbounds, and that's out for a throw-in. Final 5 minutes of the first half ticking away, with London Alliance FC Mustangs leading 3-1 over Glen Shields Juventus FC. Ball picked up by Hardy Henderson for the Mustangs. She plays it forward, but it'll be intercepted and quickly hammered back in by Camacho. But that'll roll to Olthoff, and she'll easily scoop that up. Olthoff pulls it out as Gonzalez Verhaverbrook comes away with it. Dribbles into Pimenta, but is able to complete the pass through to Sullivan. There's the touch for Steinbach. She looks to switch to the far wing, but that time defended nicely as it's blocked out. Both teams battling for it. Martin's crashing through as it was Gonzalez Verhaverbrook who took the worst of the collision. Martins touches out wide. I believe that's Sullivan. Check that. That's actually Riley Black there, as Black tries to cross it through, but it's off a defender and out for a corner kick.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I thought it was a throw-in.
36-minute of action.
Hey, Jordan, where you
As London set up for the outswinger. Up 3-1.
back?
Good ball delivered in, headed away on the defensive effort. Black trying to shield it out for another corner. Nice work by the Glen Shields defender to prevent that. And then it's immediately crossed back in, but offside, and charging the keeper was Steinbach, but that puts an end to the break, and a free kick now for Glen Shields Juventus FC after the cross came in from Donnelly.
Bella, get back. Bella, stay back a bit.
Glen Shields in possession. That through ball picked off by Rasso. Her pass intended for Steinbach, but never made its destination. There's a long drive in on goal as Riley Black played it forward, and
Bella, stay.
an easy save for Picarillo, who then kicks it out. Watkins tries to keep it in, but coming together there with Camacho, it's out of bounds, and it'll be a substitution now for London as Mara Smith comes back into the match along with Avery McConnell. And it'll be Gonzalez Verhaverbrook and Sullivan out. Glen Shields also getting to make a couple of changes. They'll bring Chiara Lancia into the match. And Candice Mongilo. One of the two players coming out was Natalie Miana. That ball off of a London player, out for a goal kick as it ricocheted off of Steinbach.
Hey, here, let me ready for this. If it goes your way. Okay, nope, back up.
From the goal kick, Glen Shields moving it patiently, and now they've got it up to the half line where Martins quickly kicks it right back into their defensive third. Trying to shield it out for the goal kick, and they do so successfully. With little time remaining here in the first half.
I know. He's getting there late. Some players getting a chance to play the ball.
Glen Shields take it short from the goal kick as played ahead and secured by Fidel. under pressure, but she does well to feed that ball forward. It's off the back of the head of Pimenta, but she's able to continue the play. Her through ball, however, never made it, and now the team's battling as Pimenta comes away with it. Pimenta being closed down by Martins, poked loose, and now Smith has a chance to secure it for London. That knocked off of Camacho, and there's a good through ball for Steinbach to run onto. Steinbach taking on the defender, tracking towards the corner. And that one out of play for a goal kick. So final moments of the first half ticking away here as we wait to see how much added time we'll have.
Oh my God.
And Glen Shields Juventus FC played short from the goal kick. It makes its way to Fidel, who tries to cross forward as Pimenta running onto it, but defensively London see that out, and now it's back with Fidel. Picked off her foot there by Reed, whose through ball will be secured by Lancia for Glen Shields. Back to the keeper in Picarillo. She gets closed down by Black. Her ball nearly picked off by Reed, but it's secured by Glen Shields as Lancia moves it forward, and there's a good ball off the foot of Fidel trying to pick out Pimenta. Pimenta taking the defender on. She's closed down by additional support, and Rasso able to knock it loose, but quickly hammered right back in by Fidel. And now Martin sends it up the pitch. That one off the defensive head. Picarillo's going to have to come to the edge of her area, and she does well with the charging Riley Black crashing down on her to clear that danger. Well, good split-second decision there by Picarillo to charge off her line, and confident goalkeeping to knock that clear. Ball rolls into Olthoff as she'll scoop it up. Couldn't quite make out how much added time, but there you go. Just 1 minute of added time here in the first half of the Girls Under 14 MilkUP Ontario Cup final. Through ball dealt with defensively that time by Bulmer, but the danger is still somewhat present as that ball played ahead by Smith and picked up here by Steinbach before she wins the corner after it was played out by Lancia. Bella Martins got her first of the match from a short corner kick, and this time London opt to play it short again. Steinbach working off the defender, leaves it as it's picked up by Reed, who tries to cross through, but that gets blocked out. Cleared only to the top of the 18 where Smith plays a left footer in, and that'll roll for a goal kick.
Bella back.
Glen Shields Juventus FC nearly give possession away from the goal kick, but a heavy touch by Black, and that'll do it for the end of the first half. So after the opening 40 minutes of play and their bid for back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup championships, the London Alliance FC Mustangs have built themselves a 3-1 lead over Glen Shields Juventus. Folks, stay tuned. Second half action coming up next. You're tuned in to the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022.
It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
What will tomorrow look like? Will it be what you expected? Or something you never could have predicted? Will it be frightening? Or exciting? Is it the reason you can't sleep at night? Or the reason you get up in the morning? Tomorrow will be all of these things. With Hub, you have a partner today who supports you as you write your tomorrow. And we will protect you when you get there. Because the truth is, tomorrow is a gift. And we want you to be ready for it.
I'm Lizzie and I'm 11 years old. I play for MilkUP FC and I'm an attacking midfielder. My favorite thing about soccer is learning new tricks and trying them on the field. Today I'm going to be showing you the SRP move. Let's go. Step 1 is to cross the ball over with your weak foot. Number 2, step over the ball with your dominant foot. Step 3 is to pull the ball back with your weak foot. Step 4 is to chop the ball behind your weak foot with your dominant foot. And finally, explode with the ball down the field. Now that you know all the steps, try the SRP move for yourself. My proudest soccer moment was when I made the MilkUP OPDL team. If you're trying to learn new tricks, be creative and don't give up.
Hi, my name is Fatlim and I'm 20 years old. I play five-a-side soccer for North Mississauga Soccer Club and I'm a forward. Today I'm going to teach you speed, dribble, and change direction trick. Step 1, dribble the ball forward. Step 2, place the inside of the foot and outside of the ball. Step 3, turn your body towards the direction that you're going. Step 4, continue to dribble. My proudest moment is when we won the gold medal in Paris Sports with North Mississauga Soccer Club. My favorite thing about playing soccer is that I feel myself when I'm in the field. My advice to the players that want to learn cool tricks is keep trying, don't give up.
Hey, I'm Melissa and I'm 13 years old. I play for UMSC and I'm a striker. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the Neymar Dance. Step 1, use your weak foot to step over the ball. Step 2, use your other foot to tap the ball. Step 3, use your strong foot to step over the ball. And finally, step 4, use the outside of your foot to push the ball past the defender. I learned this trick by watching Neymar on YouTube. My favorite thing about playing soccer is meeting new people and making friends. My best advice would be look up a trick you like and just practice over and over and over.
Hey, my name is Sam. I'm 15 years old. I play for Vaughan Soccer Club and I'm a winger. Today we're going to learn the soul roll flick. I first saw Neymar do it on YouTube and I knew I had to learn it myself. Step 1, you're going to step to the opposite side. Step 2, you're going to roll the ball to your back foot. Step 3, you're going to flick the ball with the inside of your foot. Step 4, turn your body towards the ball to continue doing keep-ups. My advice for other players is just to watch the players on YouTube and learn the tricks yourself. My proudest soccer moment has been playing for Team Ontario and hearing my name on the commentary. My favorite thing about playing soccer is playing with my friends and learning new things with my coach.
What's up? I'm Letta, I'm Vita, and we're 17. We play striker and winger for MilkUP Soccer Club, and this is our trick. Today, we're going to teach you how to do a heel flick up, and you can learn it in just 5 steps. Let's go. Step 1, roll the ball back to your opposite foot. Step 2, put the ball up with your opposite foot about hip height. Step 3, combine steps 1 and 2 in a fluid and continuous motion. Step 4, turn your body in the opposite direction of your dominant foot. Step 5, use your dominant heel to flick the ball up over your head. We hope you enjoyed our step-by-step. Now it's your turn to give it a try. My favorite thing about playing soccer is just the creativity I can have, the ability to express myself and who I am. Nothing feels better than putting in the work and then applying it on the field. My proudest soccer moment is definitely winning the Charity Shield last year with MilkUP. What an amazing experience. If you want to learn a cool trick, just remember, practice makes perfect. And remember to have fun with it. That's the key.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm 14 years old. I play for Woodbridge Strikers and I'm a center mid. My favorite thing about playing soccer is playing with a team and in a team environment. Today, I'm going to teach you 3 easy steps to do around the world. Step 1, juggle the ball to get prepared for the trick. Use the outside of your foot to pop the ball up, then bring your leg around it. Lastly, regain control of the ball and continue to dribble. Now you know the steps, now it's your turn to go around the world. My proudest soccer moment is at 13 years old, playing on the U14 provincial team. The best advice I would give about learning a new trick is keep trying and don't give up.
The Active Start course is for anyone involved in soccer who wants to better support a child ages 3 and 4 years old. Those taking the course will learn how to engage children through soccer with age-appropriate, fun and safe soccer activities. The aim of these soccer activities is to become familiar with a soccer ball, while being in a child-friendly environment and connecting with a significant adult in their life. Come be a part of helping kids fall in love with the game. The C License course is the first step into the Canada Soccer Coaching License stream. This course will take you towards all of the Canada Soccer Coach licenses. You will learn the role of the coach, how to plan a session safely, use coaching methodology to provide feedback to players and improve their decision making. Entry to this course requires a Learn to Train or Soccer for Life. This is a major step for coaches to help their players develop to higher levels of the game in Canada.
All right, folks, welcome back inside the Ontario Soccer Centre Stadium field as we get you set for the second half kickoff here at the MilkUP Ontario Cup final in the girls under 14 division. And Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect and Sport, the leading e-learning platform for prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Second half kickoff about to get underway, and we remind you that Ontario Soccer is pleased to welcome SportCheck, Canada's largest sports retailer, as its official sporting goods retail partner. Both partners share the goal of inspiring Ontarians to live healthy, active lifestyles by making sport and activity more fun, approachable, and inclusive. With a vast assortment of apparel and equipment and the very best athletic brands in the world, SportCheck strives to help athletes and enthusiasts of all levels succeed. Find out what moves you at sportcheck.ca. So Glen Shields Juventus kicking off the second half of action, trailing 3-1 here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. London with the lead and looking to continue on from where they left off.
Ada, when you're chasing down a ball.
As we've got a throw-in coming up here for Glen Shields.
Keep working, good work.
Tossed in, dealt with defensively. Martins gets her foot to it and knocks it out for another throw-in. The MilkUP Ontario Cup, the provincial championship, soccer championship for the LTPD Soccer for Life stream, is the largest club competition of its kind in Canada. As one of the oldest and most prestigious amateur sporting events in the country, the Ontario Cup was first staged in 1901 and has operated continuously since, with the exception of the World War II period and during the global pandemic in 2020. Here goes McConnell in all alone, and she gets her second of the match. What a break! What pace! And what a finish! Avery McConnell. Just 2 minutes into the second half, gets her second goal of the match. It's a brace for McConnell. And it's 4-1 for London Alliance FC Mustangs. So a brace for McConnell and a brace for Martins. And they've built up a 4-1 lead in their attempt to win back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup championships after claiming the title in the U13 girls division last year. London Alliance FC Mustangs looking to repeat here in the U14 girls division in the MilkUP Ontario Cup Finals 2022. With this 4-1 lead, they continue to work as Gonzalez for Haverbrook tries to get around the defender. Hard chopping tackle. Shamir did come out with the possession, but again took a knock, and now it's with Sullivan. Camacho takes it now for Glenn Shields. As Martin steps up, anticipates well, and now plays the ball ahead for McConnell. She flicks on. Gonzalez for Haverbrook, but just offside. And that puts an end to that break. Well, the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022 marks the 106th year of the competition and celebrates the arrival of Dairy Farmers of Ontario, the marketing group representing Ontario dairy farmers and the largest sector of Ontario agriculture, as the newest title partner. The MilkUP Ontario Cup has reclaimed its pre-pandemic glory in 2022 as we get a foul on the play and a free kick here for London. As the 106th edition of the Soccer for Life competition has played out safely across the province with thousands of participants. After an amazing summer of competition, the MilkUP Ontario Cup finals are set and well underway. What began with nearly 500 teams have been whittled down to the last 28, with each vying for Ontario Cup glory over the first 2 September weekends. And we're almost down to the very end of it, as after this match, we have just one more to go. It'll be in the girls under 16 district division. That match coming up at 4:30 p.m. and that'll wrap things up here at the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. Juventus try to play the ball out of their own defensive third. London pressing. It's Sullivan who comes up with it. Smith into the middle, but that's not clear. And now Glen Shields Juventus FC have it out through the half. They don't get across the half line, though, however, as Mara Smith plays it with a handball now, and a free kick to come here for Glen Shields. So a 3-goal advantage for London Alliance FC Mustangs, and that ball rolling in on Olthoff, and Olthoff will easily secure that one. Olthoff getting it back from Donnelly, who then opts to play it out, and now Donnelly steps into it again. McConnell, she had her feet clipped out there by Lancia, and it'll be a free kick right around the half line for London.
Let Bella play it. Huh?
Bella Martins gets set to take the free kick as the ball played forward. Trying to flick it on was Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She completes it on the second attempt. Takes a shot, but that goes off a defender and out for a corner kick. So London Alliance FC Mustangs looking to continue building on the success they've had through the first 45 minutes of this match. And they take this corner kick. Played past Martins. Sullivan gets to it. She's closed down, but Sullivan does well to work around the challenge. Got into the way of her teammate Martins. And now Glen Shields looking for a counterattack. There's a through ball. Olthoff comes way out of her area to play that, and good heads-up goalkeeping as she was able to clear that away from the danger posing in Pimenta. Black, she plays a ball in towards the penalty area. Gonzalez for Haverbrook runs onto it, plays it off the defender, and that's out. Oh, that's out for a goal kick. Excuse me, I thought it went off the Glen Shields player. It was Fidel posing the attacking threat for Glen Shields, not Pimenta on the previous sequence. Pimenta playing the through ball. As now they play it short from the goal kick. To the near touchline, we're stepping in is Curtis to control. Given away as Sullivan gets it. Black crosses in, takes a bounce. It'll find its way over to Reed. Zoe Reed tees it up. Big save by Picarillo. Big rebound. Smith shoots and Oh, off the side of the net. I think the London fans thought she scored, including a few of their teammates on the bench, but it's off the outside of the net. And it remains a 4-1 match. But here goes Gonzalez for Haverbrook on the attack once again. She creates the turnover inside the penalty area. Now a chance for Reed, but a heavy first touch, and the danger cleared away. Glenn Shields moving the ball forward for Accardi. She tries to get around Martins, but runs out of real estate, and it's out for a Glenn Shields throw-in. Foul throw called, so possession turned over, and London will get the toss.
Honestly, I thought that ball was it.
The Glen Shields Juventus FC fans trying to spur their squad on, but they're trailing here 3-1. Actually, check that. It's 4-1. As a brace from Martins and a brace from McConnell has put London up 4-1. Glenn Shields trying to pull one back here as Camacho's shot gets blocked. Fidel. Camacho with the volley that ultimately doesn't trouble Olthoff as she came off her line. Looked like she might have initially misplayed the positioning, but made the easy save in the end. As there's a through ball, but that time blocked out. Good defensive work by Bulmer. As just as quickly, London play it back inside the Glen Shields defensive half. Touch by Curtis. She can't hold possession, and then it's off the head of Antich and out for a London throw-in.
Who's here?
Riley Black will leave the throw for her teammate. And Donnelly had it slip out of her hands as she went to toss it, but London able to partially keep possession. Black gets clipped. Advantage here for London, and it's then stripped away from Sullivan. Chippy play picking up at field level, but here goes Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She takes the right-footed strike. Picarillo with the save, but quickly there to scoop up the rebound after making the initial stop. Riley Black dropping to a knee, but looks like she'll be okay to continue on. Well, maybe not. She will stay down. And they'll try to get the match officials' attention. As now Black will get the treatment and get the opportunity to make the change. And London will switch out Riley Black with Karina Kublinskis. Bit of discussion here between the match official and AR1. I believe it's just where to restart the play with the drop ball. As in the 51st minute of action, London Alliance FC Mustangs holding on to a 4-1 lead. One goal coming here in the second half, and it's this young woman here, Avery McConnell, who has it. She's already got two. Tries the sharp angle shot, that one off the side netting, and out for a goal kick. So nice opportunity for McConnell, but a tough angle to convert that time. London quickly back in pursuit. Zoe Reed gets around the defender, takes it tight to the goal line, crosses in looking for McConnell, ricochets out to Sullivan, who one-times that and got a little too much power behind it as it went clear out for the goal kick. Glen Shields Juventus FC set to make a change here as they bring Natalie Miana back into the match. I believe it's Camacho who comes out. It is Isabella Camacho who takes a break for the time being. She's played well in a challenging assignment here today. As Glen Shields come away with it. Accardi stepped into by Martins, and that puts an end to that rush as Miana now has to deal with Martins. They've gone head-to-head throughout today's match as well, and that time Miana gets the better of the London captain. There's a great through ball. Makuaka running onto it. One-timer, bar and out. Oh, I thought that was going to bounce off the line and in. It went bar down, but bar out. And rushing it maybe just a little bit there was Allura Makuakua. And man, that would have been a big goal for Glen Shield Juventus FC if it had gone in, but as a result, it stays out. Ball played in, as it'll be easily picked up by Picarillo. And now London have possession with their captain, Bella Martins. Martins, bit of a heavy touch, but she recollects it around Miana. Now they play it over to Sullivan. Touch forward as running into the penalty area is Kublinskis, but she can't track it and ultimately out for a corner kick. As a Glen Shields player down on the turf. And in some discomfort after that collision.
They can't get going.
So hopefully nothing serious there for the Glen Shields Juventus FC player. Now she seems to be favoring her right leg. There were two London players in on the challenge. So a tough collision there.
I don't want them taking advantage of it.
As it looks like the injured player will have to be substituted here. I believe that's Vienna Antich who took the hard knock there, and good to see her be able to walk up on her own power, and hopefully she's okay. Replaced for the time being by Abby Kiyuski. And London set up for the play as they dish it out to Martins. All right, we get it. You have an air horn. They know how to stop it too. That's good. Play continuing on here as Glen Shields try to advance the ball up to the half. Nice play forward by Pimenta, but it'll track out, and a throw-in to come here for London Alliance FC Mustangs. London will make a change as well as Kira Nuther gets set to come into the match. Glen Shields making one as well, bringing back on Madison Watkins.
Start throwing. How does that happen?
Zoe Reed comes out of the match. From the throw, Glen Shields knock it right back out of play from the header of Miana. And London content here to just slow down the pace of this match, knowing that in a little more than 20 minutes from now, they'll have the chance to hoist the MilkUP Ontario Cup trophy. As there's a ball played forward for McConnell, touched over to Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She takes it in on her right foot, and she buries that one. Fighting off the challenge from behind. Ada Gonzalez for Haverbrook gets the goal and puts London Alliance FC Mustangs up 5-1. And on that note, thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. As Canada's premier soccer apparel and equipment dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. Well, the rain seems to have almost completely dissipated. A few drops here and there still, but fortunately for us, it has died down, and hopefully it stays dry the rest of the day, as we do have one more match on the docket today, and it's going to be the girls under 16 district final at the MilkUP Ontario Cup. That match will kick off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. As Glenn Shields, Accardi steps into it, and Olthoff there to make the save. Well, Shaylee Olthoff has only been beat once today, and it was a pinball type of play where she made a spectacular first save. Rebound came out to an attacker that went off the post. It ricocheted to the far side of the goal, and it was eventually put in by Alura Makakua, but Glenn Shields have had little else going on offensively as Pimenta tries to bring that ball in, but Martin's there for the defensive tackle, knocking it out of play. And Olthoff hasn't been overly tested as a result today, but she has been solid when called upon. Glenn Shields take the throw. Accardi trying to check off the defender, but I think it was Martins who cleared the danger, and now Miana has it, trying to bring them back into the attacking third. Miana plays the ball. Accardi chips it ahead. Watkins brings it down. Kiyuski back for Curtis, who immediately hammers that towards the box, but headed clear by Martins. Miana, loose ball picked up by Smith here for London. Mara Smith, she tried to send McConnell on the run, but that ball way too heavy and easily secured by the keeper, Picarillo. She drops it and plays it out from her feet, and here in the 60th minute, London FC Alliance Mustangs holding on to a 5-1 lead over Glen Shields Juventus FC. So a little less than 20 minutes of match time remaining here as Juve gets set to take the free kick and try find something back. Ball played in towards the penalty area, headed up by Martins. Watkins contests. Pimenta got a touch to it. And now it's controlled by McConnell for London. McConnell tried to take the defender on, but couldn't get around her, and then the subsequent ball by Curtis out of touch for a London throw.
Be afraid to take it to the corner too, eh? Right? That was a nice move, though. It almost worked.
Well, last year in the Ontario Cup, MilkUP Ontario Cup Finals, London winning in the U13 Girls Division 4-1 over East York. They have bested their scoreline from last year here in this match, as London FC Alliance Mustangs lead 5-1 here over Glen Shields Juventus FC. Just a tremendous group that they have built out in Southwest Ontario, led by that young woman there, Bella Martins, their captain. We're going to have a substitution coming up here for London, as Cooney Steinbach gets set to come in. Check that. They're actually going to change it up and bring Sonia Reeves into the match.
Yeah.
Coaching staff for London Alliance FC Mustangs: Glenn Martins, Aaron Hardy, Brad Black, and Shia Dinsa. On the bench for Glen Shields as they try and move the ball forward here. And it's picked up by Balmer, but immediately taken away by Sullivan. Ricardo Di Geronimo, Bonfiglio, Romanelli, and Diorio. Picked up now by Glen Shields as Miana brings it in, makes the pass over to Pimenta. The touch now controlled by Watkins. Back to Pimenta. She tries to draw for the shot. Takes it right on. Olthoff with a big save. And then she scrambles out to secure the rebound. Great save there by Shaylee Olthoff, ensuring that Glen Shields unable to find a way back with that attempt off the foot of Victoria Pimenta. Olthoff rolls it out. That one goes off the Glen Shields attacker and out for a London throw-in. London will make a couple changes here, bringing Lauren Santos and the aforementioned Kuni Steinbach back into the match. McConnell, one of the two players, subbed out. London have advantage. They take the ball across half, only to have it quickly knocked back. There's a through ball looking to pick out Watkins, but Olthoff making a bit of a meal of it, trying to scoop it up, but luckily for Olthoff, her defender Rassel was there to clear the danger. There's a ball played in towards the penalty area. Nothing doing on the cross, which was played by Kuski. Shot attempt from McCarty gets blocked, as it's banged out and picked up now by Miana. Miana's ball secured. Turning off the defender and getting tripped up was Makuakua, and it's a free kick now for Glen Shields Juventus FC. So give them credit. They are not throwing in the towel. As here in the 64th minute, Accardi gets set to take the free kick.
Cooney, get in front of the ball. Run, get in front of the ball.
Two-player wall sets up defensively. Accardi takes the right-footed strike, and that one hops its way just wide of the post, out for a goal kick.
Shay, you don't need to be hurrying. Keeper, we really got to.
So a goal kick coming here for London Alliance FC Mustangs, as in the 64th minute of play, they'll keep it short. Miana there with the interception. Accardi trying to spin off Martins. Accardi loses her footing and loses the ball as Smith picks it up. And now it's played wide. Return option in the middle for Smith, but they drop it back for Martins. That pass supplied by Nother. That ball rolling out. It'll be a London throw-in as Santos shielded it out. From the throw, Glen Shields able to knock possession away, only momentarily, as Sullivan had it picked off her foot now by Miana. Miana cuts back inside, Sullivan able to strip it back, and now plays it ahead, and running onto it there was Steinbach. Steinbach draws over to Smith, return pass to Steinbach. She has a chance to cross it in, carrying it tight to the goal line. There's the cross, knocked loose. Top of the area, and then cleared away on the second effort by Pekile. And now Pekile down behind the play, so referee will blow his whistle and we'll get the stoppage here in the 66th minute of action, as the medic will go out to provide some assistance for the injured Glen Shields player, Pekile.
Water and a break. Come over. That's all. Hurry up. Bella, keep everybody settled in front of you, ball on the ground. You need a break? Okay, you can't come off on an injury though. You gotta wait for the next stop.
Couple London players asking for changes. They're going to have to wait for the next opportunity. Mara Smith, one of the Mustangs, looking to get a bit of respite here, knowing that they are close to the mission being accomplished. 67th minute of play, and London Alliance FC Mustangs looking to repeat as back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup champions. Last year in the girls U13 division, this year looking to stomp their dominance on the U14 girls division, and already besting their result from last year's 4-1 final win, leading this match 5-1. Pekile will need the help of the medic and her teammate to get off the pitch, but hopefully nothing serious there, as she is clearly favoring the right leg, the right foot, not putting any weight really on that ankle. Hopefully nothing serious at all for Vanessa Pekile, as we hope a quick recovery for her. She may or may not return to this match with a little more than 10 minutes remaining. But we certainly hope nothing serious. So help carry Paquita right off the pitch. Well, we wish her a speedy recovery as we get set to resume the action here. We remind you that Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. Glen Shields Juventus FC take possession as Camacho plays it back, and then a good ball forward by Curtis. That's picked off by Hardy Henderson. Miana takes it back for Juve. She tries to work the outside flank. Trying to step around the defender, but she's contained nicely along the perimeter, and that's out for a London throw. Nice work there by Kira Nuther.
Ada, stay in the middle, control the game, okay?
Both teams will get a change in here as Fidel comes in for Glen Shields. Gonzalez for Haverbrook. One of the two players brought in for London as Sullivan gets a quick respite. Steinbach. Steinbach loses possession as now it's picked up, but quickly Smith gets it back for London. She drops it over, but that one picked away by Kiuski. Kiuski steps around the first challenge, switches the ball to the far flank as it's controlled by Makuakua. Taking the defender on and getting around the first opposition and then playing the ball in for Watkins, whose attempt blocked by Hardy Henderson. Watkins lays it back. Makuakua tries to needle the line, but that's out for a goal kick.
Don't get caught up.
Here another was the defender who jumped a little bit there on that move by Makuakua, but ultimately Glen Shields unable to capitalize on that. Olthoff plays it very short from the goal kick, and now London clear it forward, where it's secured by Curtis. Her ball a little bit heavy, but gonna get there is Fidel. She did well to keep that in. Kiyuski checks her options, crosses, Martins challenges. Makuakua, Watkins! Oh, off the bar, big rebound. Makuakua charges, but Olthoff comes off her line and punches the danger clear. So 2 crossbars here for Glen Shields Juventus FC in the second half. And they've got to feel a little hard done by at this point. Had both gone in, it could have been a very different score line and outcome here, but everything going the way of London Alliance FC Mustangs in this matchup as they lead 5-1 in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. Well, it looks like Paquita may end up needing some greater assistance and treatment, and we truly hope the injury to Paquita is nothing serious. Bit of miscommunication there, but now we're getting the change from London as 4 players coming into the match here, including Riley Black, Zoe Reed, Jordan Donnelly, and Avery McConnell. So we'll restart the play here, and it'll be a throw-in for London.
We don't need more goals to be defensive, right? So when you're up at center and they have the ball.
Bella Martins, the ball comes to her. Squares up to try play around Accardi, touches it out wide for Reed. who ends up losing that challenge on a strong tackle by Lancia. And now it's out for a Glenn Shields throw-in. Ball booted high up, headed away that time by Balmer. Picked up by Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She tries to chip it over to McConnell as her return pass intended for Parr was picked off. Knocked out for a corner kick though, and it'll be Zoe Reed heading to the far corner to set up for this London kick. She's setting up for an in-swinger, but opts to play it short. Donnelly stepping in. Donnelly shielding it in the corner, just keeping it pinned there with about 7 minutes remaining here in the match. We're inside the final 10. And London are less than 10 minutes away from winning back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup championships. Well, soon another deserving team will engrave their name into Ontario Cup history and receive their medals and hoist the beautiful Ontario Cup trophy created by Nothers, the awards store. For more than 50 years, Nothers, the awards store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program concept planning all the way to product delivery. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. Corner kick coming up here for the London Alliance FC Mustangs. As once again, it looks like they'll try keep it short from the corner. And they do. Martins gets around the first defender, takes it into the penalty area, ricochets. It squirts loose after Picarillo made the initial save, and then she makes a point-blank stop on that volley from the penalty spot coming off the foot of Gonzalez for Haverbrook. Good save that time by Picarillo. Accardi chipping the ball forward. Makuakua unable to run onto it. It's too heavy a touch and picked up by Olthoff, who quickly bowls that one out. Gonzalez for Haverbrook. She gets closed down by Accardi. Her through ball partially blocked. And then Glenn Shields able to knock it forward. Running onto it here and staying onside is Fidel. But her left-footed strike goes wide of goal. And that'll track out for a goal kick. Sofia Patrone gets set to come into the match.
Don't forget about your player.
As it's been that kind of day for Glen Shields Juventus FC. The few moments they've been able to create momentum, they've just, for the most part, lacked that clinical finishing touch. Miana comes out of the match. And again, they smoked 2 crossbars here in the second half that if either one of those attempts, especially both, ricochet off the bar and in, it could be a different outcome as Olthoff had to be careful there. First time we've really seen a ball skid on the turf and nearly catch the keeper off their line, but Olthoff did well to recover, and she made that tricky save look fairly routine. Kiewski, her pass picked off. Sullivan. Now controlled by Balmer. Martins knocks that out of midair. Tries to take on Accardi, chips it forward. But Lancia there for Glenn Shields. Final few minutes of the match as you're tuned into the Under 14 Girls Final at the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. Okay. And London Alliance FC Mustangs have dominated here today. 5-1, they lead this MilkUP Ontario Cup Final. Bella Martin's on the ball right now. She opened up the scoring in this match. The first 2 goals for London, then a brace by McConnell, and add one more for good measure to Gonzalez for Haverbrook. And that's all the scoring London have needed to put themselves up by 4, 5-1. Reed tracking it to the corner, trying to shield it and take more time off the clock here. Lancia just knocks it out, and it'll be a London throw-in. Content to slow things down here. Foul throw, so it'll be turned over and possession to Glenn Shields. Celebration impending for London. As with just 3 minutes remaining in match play, McConnell trying to get a hat trick, but that time the ball poked away. She knocks it back for Sullivan. Tees up the shot, but couldn't quite get her foot around it. And that's out for a goal kick. London will make a substitution here, bringing in Corina Kublinskis.
Bigs almighty.
And coming out of the match, Tegan Parr.
Oh my God.
Martins hammers that right back to the Glen Shields defensive zone, but they quickly have possession as MilkUP plays that ball forward. And now Watkins is trying to run onto it to the far corner. Hardy Henderson there defensively, and that's textbook defending from Jordan Hardy Henderson as she sniffs it out and takes the chance away. Now London working in transition. Donnelly up to the half. It's knocked out, and it'll be a throw-in for London. 79th minute of match play. 2 40-minute halves here in the girls under 14 final of the MilkUP Ontario Cup. So we are almost at the final whistle. We wait to see how much added time will be tacked on. Cross into the box, secured by the keeper, Picarillo, as she gets set to kick this one out. Takes a bounce, but Rasso there defensively, as she knocks it ahead for Black, and then it's off a Glen Shields player out for a London throw.
Go.
Black. Knocked away by Curtis. Fidel tries to send Watkins on a run. That was blocked. Fidel does well to win it back, but Martins pokes it loose from her. McConnell tracks down the ball after it was blocked by Bulmer. And now McConnell breaks out to the corner. McConnell tracked down Lancia, got a big chunk of her, nothing doing. Lancia plays it off of McConnell and out for the goal kick. So we are into the 80th minute of action, and London know that they are so close to winning back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup championships. Last year in the U13 girls division, this year in the U14 girls division. They win the ball back here, maybe looking to put one more in for good measure, but nothing doing that time. Sullivan makes the pass, staying on side and trying to hold it in was Reed. Makes the pass over to McConnell. McConnell, there's a touch. Gonzalez for Haverbrook. Her attempt over top the goal, out for a goal kick. That would have been something had it gone in. London would have had a trio of brace scorers. But not to be that time for Gonzalez for Haverbrook.
Just firmest, we will have 3 minutes of additional time.
As we'll have a minimum of 3 minutes of added time here in the final of the under 14 girls MilkUP Ontario Cup. Glen Shields looking to break late here. Kiewski feeds it over. Watkins running onto it. She's going to have a chance. Makes the touch. Big save by Olhoff. Second chance. And Watkins buries it. Well, never say never. Down by 3 now, with 3 minutes of added time remaining here in the match. Madison Watkins pulls one back for Glen Shields Juventus FC. And that gives their fan base new life. This is going to get interesting. Let's see if London can hold on or if Glen Shields find new urgency and life after that late goal from Watkins.
Glen Shields scored by number.
Ball played forward. Accardi tries to win it. Camacho can't knock it down. Kublinskis taking the defender on in Bulmer. Kublinskis takes it down to the goal line, tracks it, and now it's on the foot of McConnell. McConnell in the corner, and that's knocked out for a corner kick. Smart play there by Avery McConnell to slow things down and try kill any momentum that Glen Shields may have generated from that goal. From the corner, headed wide of the target, well wide by Gonzalez for Haverbrook, and now we'll get a goal kick. And London will opt to make a substitution here, bringing Mara Smith back into the match and pulling out Michaela Rasso.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, even of the game, spectators are to remain strictly.
So Glen Shields take the goal kick. Accardi plays it back. Camacho hammers it forward. Loose ball secured and touched up to Watkins. He tries to take on Hardy Henderson again, but this time Hardy Henderson able to clear the danger. That would have been something if Watkins could have gotten loose there. She would have been breaking in alone again. And again, bear in mind the two crossbar opportunities that Glen Shields had and were unable to convert on. What a different match this might have been. Accardi, ball stripped away, but they hold possession. Kiuski. Oh, nice draw around the defender. Kiuski into the middle, trying to pick out Watkins, but that was intercepted by Martins. Kublinskis. Nice 1-2 as she comes back with it. And the final whistle sounds. Mission accomplished for London Alliance FC Mustangs as they are back-to-back MilkUP Ontario Cup champions. They win last year in the U13 girls division. They win in 2022 in the U14 girls division. As this year, it's a 5-2 final. And once again, the London Alliance FC Mustangs will raise the Ontario Cup here at the MilkUP Ontario Cup Finals. Well, thank you again to our proud partners for today's event. Special recognition goes to our premier partners from Dairy Farmers of Ontario, who are presenting the MilkUP Ontario Cup. Dairy Farmers of Ontario proudly support youth soccer while driving awareness of the benefits of milk in a healthy and active lifestyle to help young athletes realize their untapped potential. We also extend our gratitude to our broadcast partners, Hub International Insurance Brokers, our premier partners, Toronto FC and the CPL, our community partners, Sport Check, as well as Respect in Sport, SoccerX, Sports Engine, and Nothers, the awards store. Folks, we got one more game on the docket, and that'll wrap up the MilkUP Ontario Cup 2022. As up next, it's the U16 Girls District Final kicking off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. But we're going to sign off and say congratulations one more time to the London Alliance FC Mustangs, and we'll see you back here at 4:30 this afternoon.